This is a next one here, doing pretty good. You know where they at right here? There's a lot of sun shines in this area. You will get at least 6 to 8 sun hours of sunlight in this area, and that's why I plant my peppers, because I know that pepper love hot sun. You could see the sun coming out already. We have some pepper down inside it too, and the sun coming out, which is beautiful, man. Look at next one right here. Okay, we have some pepper here. So this is doing good, and they're all growing, and that's what's matter. Okay, that's what's matter. Doing good and growing. Okay, we have one here. You see this one here, this is a pepper. Wow, this is amazing. I remember when this top, this is a pepper right here. This was the top from this one, and you will never realize that. Yeah, look at right there. See, that's where I break from, and I take it and I plant it here. And if you see, it's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well. This pepper come from this one right here. It broke off, and I just plant it in the soil, and it start growing. So this is things we do, guys. Good morning, everyone. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. I appreciate it. So this area here is only bell pepper. This is hot pepper, habanero pepper. This is habanero pepper right here, and this is bell pepper. All these pepper grows natural. This one now is almost 4 feet tall, and we see it start putting in a little pepper. We notice they all putting in the liquor walks. We notice what's going on. Everything is, it's important, guys. Take care of them when they're small, so when they get older, you don't have much to do. So we see pepper start forming, and if once we see that, we good. The good thing about it, sometimes you might have a pepper tree and it producing flowers. It keep producing flowers, but at the end of the day, you're not seeing any pepper holding on. So once you start seeing pepper holding on the plant, you know you're doing something good. Something is happening. Something is good is taking place, because the pepper is holding on. All the flowers is not dropping off. So that's really, really important, guys. Yes, guys, so this is an organic garden, and I'm just giving you guys a little tour on this beautiful day. This right here is another, this is sweet pepper right here. This is sweet pepper. This is a bell pepper. This is all of them is sweet pepper. Go right here. We have a lot of bell pepper trees. This is another sweet pepper here. We have marigold coming up here. Listen to me, guys. When you growing peppers, it's important for you to look into yes. When you're growing peppers, it's important for you to look where the sun shines the most. It's important. Growing pepper is important. It's important to plant your pepper where the sun shines the most. Is important, because pepper love hot sun. So within this area here, this is where the sun shines the most, and this is where I plant my pepper. I'm going to show you how tall these pepper already getting. See this one? It's reaching me here. This one reaching me here. And we now reach the ending of June. With summer, we're getting ready to hit the summer. And these peppers, some of them is almost 4 feet. This one is close to 4 feet. Most of them is almost 4 feet, and they're growing really well. So that indicates to you that we're gonna be having 8-foot pepper tree pretty soon. Pretty soon, we're gonna be having 8 foot, 7 feet, 6 feet bell pepper tree very soon, because we still in June and we already picking these height already. And you know what? This pepper was struggling because I plant them early. I bring them on, I think it's early April. And the weather was kind of challenging this year, and the pepper them was struggling. But now the sun getting hot. These mosquito, man. Now the sun getting hot, you start seeing the growth, you start seeing the healthiness, you start seeing how the plants them developing fast. And now we also see that they're pushing out ton load of flowers, which is very important. So I'm gonna talk about organic garden for a second. When you creating a organic garden, discipline, patience, dedication. You cannot get distracted. When you created an organic garden and you stay focused on what you're doing, you stay focused on your goal without any distraction, it's gonna benefit you. Because an organic garden, what happened with an organic garden, it's only get better. An organic garden only get better because what you add in is natural stuff, natural things, leaf dropping from the ground. You add them in your soil. The weeds you pull up out your garden, you add them in your soil. A limb might fall from a tree, you add them in your soil. Some of the leaf you get from your own plants, you add them back in the soil. So everything you're doing is actually coming from your garden or around your garden. Not everyone have trees over the backyard. Not everyone have the access to trees over their backyard and the leaf, which we understand. But if you have a yard and you cut the grass, use them back in your garden. If you could get a few leaves, use them back in your garden. Use what you have and build your soil. Once you build in your soil natural, it only get better. Trying to build a soil overnight is not gonna happen. And don't make nobody fool you. Don't make anyone fool you about building a garden, an organic garden, gonna take overnight to get it done. Don't make nobody fool you. It take time. It take time and dedication. You cannot get distracted because there's a lot of product out there, and some people, they talk about product they hear people talking about, but sometimes if you what you're doing, if it's working for you, why you focusing on other things where people talk? Focus on your garden. Focus on what working in your garden. Pay attention to your plants. Look into your plants. See. Look at them. You already know the color. You could always look in your plants. Look at the color of the plants and know when something is not right. And sometimes when we say something is not right, that doesn't mean you need to add certain things. It could be water situation. It could be water situation. Why? It could be the plants in an area where the soil does not drain. But when it's rain, the water settles. The plants mightn't like that. The plants prefer the water drop, soak the out and run away. So if they're in an area where they're not getting the sunlight the way they want it, and the drainage is not draining the water properly, that could cause the yellow in the leaf. So don't think it's always something you got to put around the plant to change their leaf. No, sometimes it's where the plant located. Is it getting enough sunlight? Does this plant, like this pepper plant required a lot of sunlight. And this pepper plant does not require water settling by its root. This pepper plant prefer when the rain comes, soak the earth and drain and the water run away, not settling by the root. These plants thrive better in that form. You also have tomato. Tomato might love water, but it also loves the hot sun. And it don't want water settle at their roots. So what's important is learning about the plants, knowing about the plants, and pay attention to the plants. If you grow a healthy pepper tree, you see the color of the plant. You see the growth of the plant. You see the color of the leaf. So anytime you grow in pepper and you're not seeing that same what you see from that healthy plant you was growing, pay attention. Go around, start checking. Check the plant, check the body, check the root. See the stem. Look into the stem. Check the plant out, the whole plant. See what is bothering this plant. These are things I do, guys. So I know this plant is a pretty healthy plant. The only thing I see bothering this plant is a few bugs messing with the leaf. Let me show you. You see? Few bugs messing with the leaf. That's the only thing I see going on with this plant right now. Healthy plant, but a few bugs growing pretty well. Look at the height of it already. Growing pretty well. Down this side down here, let me show you over here. We have I'm going by some tomato right here. These are some tomato, and the way I plant these tomato on banks. Like these I plant on bank. I dig banks and plant the tomato. And I've learned something. No, the tomato is on a bank. But what happened is the tomato push its roots And I'm gonna show you. Let me give you a little idea of what I'm talking about. All right. Look what's going on here. The tomato is on a bank. But if you notice down in here, we notice this is the tomato plant and it pushing its root. Can you see the root? It pushing its root. Now, when the water come, run down, it soaks all these roots and it run away. You see, I create a drain for it to run away. So the water gonna run out and run down there. They don't want the water to be settled at their roots because they're not gonna strive well. So far, the pruning, I did some pruning on this tomato plant, and so far I'm not seeing any bugs, which I'm grateful. But you see, if you notice, I have these type of stick up there. This stick is for invite birds, and if you notice, you're gonna see a bird feather. That's a bird feather right there. Right. So these things invite the birds. So now, if you have the birds in here, we're gonna happen. The birds gonna be cleaning the bugs then. So pruning is a good idea because it helps the airflow and it help you. It make it easier for you to see if there's any bug in your garden, there's anything messing with the tomato. Then when the birds land, the birds gonna see whether there's any bugs in your garden that they can actually eat. So pruning is good. All right. Now these are some other bell peppers I'm actually growing here. All right. We notice there's a bell pepper holding on right there, which that's good sign. That's good sign. Once you see they start holding on, it's good sign because a lot of them only put out the flowers, but they never hold on the flowers. They push them out like wildfire, but they just keep dropping on the ground. You see like this one? It pushing out flowers, but we realize it already start holding on peppers. This is good sign of your pepper doing great. This is good sign. We're coming over here again. This one at this moment is doing well. It's pushing out a lot of flowers. So now we're waiting now to see if there's any hold on. This is very important. So we see this one is pushing out flowers. Very soon we're gonna see whether they're holding on or not. This is really important, guys. And if you have a pepper tree and you're not seeing, like for instance, you're growing a pepper and all you see is it just pushing flowers and it just dropping off the flowers, no pepper holding on. That does not mean you got to go and buy anything to put around it. That could be a water situation. That can be a water situation. Meaning it could be too much water, meaning it might be not enough water. But what I recommend, if a person is growing peppers, plant them in the ground, and they're planting them in the ground, go down at least 12 inches deep. So if you go down 12 inches deep, you wouldn't have to worry too much about water situation. All right, because bell pepper love a lot of heat. And if their root is down in under the earth, they're gonna get moisture from under the earth. I don't wet these plants, guys. These plants, I don't wet them, the watering over with these plants. These plants is planted so deep that you're not gonna, I don't need to wet them. You see what I'm coming from? When we notice here, we notice pepper is holding on. There's a next one. So this is great signs of your bell pepper is doing great. Okay, look, we see this one here. This one have on like about 4 of them holding on. and it's loaded with pepper here. This is good sign your pepper is doing great, guys. All right, pay attention. If you want to have a successful garden, you have to pay attention to the plants them. You have to see whether something is not, and like I mentioned, it ain't have to be. You got to go to and buy anything to put around them. Could be water situation. The next thing again with plants, if you implant them too deep and you just scratch the surface and you plant them on the surface, when the sun comes, it's going to be a problem for that plant. Because when the heat start penetrating, and this is why a lot of people get so much problem when the summer comes around. Because there's so much heat. And then at the same time, they did not plant the plant deep enough. So when the heat come and start penetrating, the heat is bothering the root of the plant. So if the heat is bothering the root, you're not gonna get the production you're looking for. You see, these are eggplant. It's also good to come out and check your plants them for any bugs. You see what I'm coming from? It's very important to come out and check your plants for bugs. You're looking for them healthy. You see, this looking pretty healthy. You want to see that nothing, no bug is bothering them. You want to see some white stuff here. I don't know what it is, but I come and you see, you don't know what can be bothering your plant. So if you don't come and check, something could be bothering your plant and you don't know. So it's really good to come out and check your plants them. Check if there's any holes, check if there's any bugs going inside your plants. It's important, guys. I now pruned these plants a few days ago, but they look like I never pruned them. These tomato plants. They look like I never pruned them, but I now pruned them a few days ago. So yes, guys, this is a morning in the garden, and I'm just showing you live update of how everything is growing and how everything is walking. These are callaloo. Some people call them Jamaican callaloo. Man, these things is pushing seeds like crazy. I also hear the seed is loaded with benefit. I know them boards gonna be around here a lot. Oh, these are a lot of seeds right here. So them boards gonna be here. What I do as well, I take them and I sprinkle them. So I want this whole area to full out with callaloo. This is a different type of callaloo. They call it Jamaican callaloo. They call it different names. But this, I want to have a patch of this. So when I come and make a harvest, picking some leaf, I have a full meal. This is pigeon peas. This pigeon peas I bring it out pretty early. Was struggling, but it's doing well so far. So far it's doing really well. This is a Jamaican sorrel, they call it. Jamaican sorrel. All right, I'm gonna show you something here. These are why you gotta come out and check your plants. Watch here. This is a bug naturally eating up this plant. You could see, and look the bug right there. You see what I'm talking about? This is why it's so important to come out and check your plant, because sometimes there's things, and you know, not because they mightn't be, some people might only believe is edibles. Some people might only believe bugs only eat cabbage and collard greens, but no. Sometimes they eat any leaf that edible. You see, this is a sorrel, and now I come here and what it was doing, eating up the sorrel. So you have to sort your plants and make sure no bugs is messing with your plants. I'm telling you, garden is a beautiful thing, but I'm telling you, man, if you don't come out here and put in the work, take time, walk around and see what's going on, you could lose what you're growing. All right, guys, could you guys hit the like button for me, please? This is how these videos get out. This is how people see that there's naturally people out there who doing natural gardening, who doing gardening like the old time. So could you hit that like button, please? Share the video if you can. Support in any way possible. All you got to do, if you're on a cellular phone, double tap the screen and hit the like button. I truly appreciate it, because all I'm trying to do is motivate others. Motivate others. And all my information is credible because it's things that I'm actually doing. AL El Silencio, thank you for the knowledge. All right, appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. AAG Born Jamaican, what's up, man? Blessing, blessing. Thank you all for the support, man. Appreciate it. Yes, guys, so on this channel, man, this is a channel where we grow natural food. We use what we have and we create an environment, we create a soil that our garden can grow natural and healthy. And if you could see, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Natural and healthy. All the plants looking luscious and green. Everything looking healthy. You know, we also try to grow some marigold. We try to grow marigold because we're trying to start invite bees and butterflies and these type of things in our garden, because we understand the importance of pollinators. All right, so we have our fig tree. Man, this fig tree is just spreading. This fig tree is just spreading, but it didn't produce anything. Oh man, this thing is getting big. This fig tree here is getting really big. We have a next one right here. This is a next one growing right here too. Garden need to do a little weeding up. These fig trees spreading, boy. My goodness. All right. So yes, guys. Okay. This start to do well. This is a Mr. Rogers. How you doing? Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, this is a fruit. I can't remember the name. It grows by vines. I see it doing pretty well. This is its, okay, all right. I see it doing really well. This is wonderful. Kiwi. This is a kiwi. This is a cold hardy kiwi. I planted last year and it come back this year. So I know for sure this is a kiwi plant right here. This is my grape, guys. The grape vines is growing like wildfire. I'm seeing bunches of grapes, which is awesome. But I'm trying to run it down that way, out of the garden, because I don't know. This year is just on another level with its growth. I give it some of my natural compost tea, and I don't know. It just I never seen it grow like this before. I never see it grow like this before, but it's growing like, and grapes everywhere. Yes. So like I was saying, guys, this is a natural garden where we grow natural food. Everything we use is come from nature. Everything we use come from nature. We use the leaf, we put back into the soil. Oh, these banana, these adult, pretty tall, boy. Wow. Okay. We even, you see what we use? This is what we use. We show what we get from out of our garden around our banana plant, healthy looking banana plant. We even get our banana to produce in 8B, in zone 8. We even get our banana to produce. I need you guys to check out a video I did. Go back on my channel, check out a video I did I did a demonstration of how I get this banana tree to produce. This banana tree was my demonstration. And if you notice this thing, I cut it off right there. Look what happened already. It's just shooting right back up. Banana is so amazing, man. And you see grapes everywhere. So it's all about growing natural food on this channel. And we try to show that it's not impossible. We try to show that it's possible to grow. We try to show that you can utilize your space in your backyard. You might have a bunch of flowers in your backyard. Nothing wrong with that. But you could take a space of that and create your own little garden. You could create your own little garden. So guys, don't forget to check out that video. If you're growing banana, hey Fifi, what's up? Thank you for being here. Yes, if you're growing banana and you don't able to get them to produce, please check out a video that I post 2 days ago about the banana plant. I did a whole demonstration showing how I get this banana to fruit. Right now, what I see going on here, we have 6 hand right here. 6 double hand right here. And notice, I don't think I'm gonna get more. I see there's another one there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut that off and allow the banana to focus on the hands them that's there. Chop off the bottom and let the banana focus on the hands them. This one over there, I'm gonna overwinter that one. So I'm sure that this one gonna produce next year. I'm gonna overwinter all of them up inside here. That's what I'm gonna do. But if you in this zone and you growing banana and that banana, yes, it produce well, yes. Yes, if you're growing banana and you need to know, check out that video, man. That video gonna give you every details on how to make your banana produce. Because I see banana produce. I never see banana actually produce in this zone. I never see banana produce this early that you could actually get a harvest. With this banana tree, it start producing in April. So whatever I did, it keep the banana that the banana could continue its growth instead of starting over. From a little banana plant, it continued growth. Same with this one. This one continue its growth. So I know it's mature enough for next season to produce. This one, after this year, this banana plant only produce once. So after this year, this one gonna cut down and focus on this one for next year. So I just believe in trying things, guys, because if I didn't try, I would have never able to get banana to produce. So it's all about trying, guys. And you know, I'm gonna tell you guys this. I have several compost tea that I create, several of them, several compost tea. And I've seen different in each one. Because what happened, I use different plants, right? I use different plants. Some of them, there's one that make plants produce more and faster. There's one that does that. It actually make your plant produce way more and faster. Now, this is a great plant I have growing for some time. But I never saw this thing produce like this before. Never saw this thing produce. I give it some of that compost, the one that make thing produce fast, just like how it make my pepper them produce fast. And listen me, this thing have grapes everywhere. So do your research, man. And you see, this is the thing, man, that the channel them that shows people the real thing and show people natural remedies and show people how to make those channels. People don't get to see these channels. You see what I'm saying? People don't get to see them because the information them is too solid and real. You see where I'm coming from? A lot of people, you understand, the real stuff somehow or the other don't do well. You know what I'm saying? But as I say, man, out here, do what you can. Do what you can. Don't make no one make you go out there and spend more money than you should in a garden. All right? Don't make no one make you go out there and spend more than you should or more than you have in a garden, because I'm telling you right now, if you build your garden natural, your garden could be successful in the long terms. Nothing happen overnight. Your fruit trees, your peppers, your whatever you're growing, if you build your garden over the natural way, is gonna be for the long term. Don't try to rush the soil and try to put all different type of stuff you see into your soil, because they're gonna become a time when you're trying to get rid of all the things you put in your soil, because it become now more harmful than helpful. It start to drain your soil. Instead of building your soil, it start draining your soil. But if you keep adding the natural to your soil, it could never. All you're doing is increasing. All you're doing is building. Nothing happen overnight. Take time, build your soil. You won't regret it. All right? Take your time and build your soil, and you won't regret it. Do you understand that the soil I'm growing in was actually clay soil? But I refuse to use anything different than natural to change that soil. And guess what? Today, I'm grateful that I was determined and stay focused. That today you wouldn't know whether it was clay or not. You don't know the difference. You don't know if it's clay soil, this was or not. But I can show you an area, and I can show you it was natural clay soil in every area here. But I worked very hard, and I bury a lot. You see this? This is actually clay soil. Actually clay soil. And I can show you. Clay. You see what I'm saying? But because my hard work and my dedication, I change it without have to add any type of thing from the store. You know, I remember, guys, I remember when I used to be jogging logs and bury them in my soil. I remember when I used to be jogging logs and bring them and dig holes and bury them. I remember those times. And I ain't regret it, because look today, I can grow a garden without have to go to the store to get anything to put around my plants to make them. No, I have learned so much. And you know what? You could learn so much in growing these type of garden, because you know why you learn so much? Because everything happening natural. Everything happening natural, so you're able to learn the process because it's happening natural. You seeing things, the way how things happening, you seeing how things forming, you seeing all these things. So you understand what you're seeing. So now, when you understand what you're seeing, now you're watching your plants and you realize, okay, you realize that I'm growing this food and I have these type of weeds growing around my plants, and the weeds them that growing around my plants keep my plants so healthy, right? Right, the weeds you have growing around your plants keep your plants so healthy. Okay, so what you do? You take them same weeds and use them as compost. You see where I'm coming from? If they're doing so well around your plant, use them as compost. You might watch these, right? Okay. You might watch these, right? And you might say, oh, these are just some grass you have in your hand here. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. These grass, you see their roots? You see their roots? And you see their stem? And you see their leaf? And you see how healthy these plants are, right? These now, if you take these and you put them in some water, whether it's in a container, whether whatever water you put them into, you just put them in a container and put the water right over them and leave them to break down. You're gonna see when they start break down. You're gonna see when they start releasing. You're gonna see when the water is drying the nutrients or the mineral out of the plants. Then when you take them now, because When you take them now and you put them around your plant, you take the water and you put them around your plants. These are the same nutrients running through your plant, gonna be feeding your soil. So what I used to do, like I get the limbs from the tree, I lift up big logs, dig holes, bury them inside the ground, which I glad I did. Okay, let me see. Hey, Goody, it's how you doing? Okay, Fifi Urban said, I seen the entire journey on how you build your soil. Yes, exactly. Yes, yes. You'd surely see how I did. And it was actually red clay was in this garden. But I just refuse to use certain things. And it take me time. It take me a lot of time. It take me some years. But no, it's a place now where I'm actually, instead of me doing the going and get the logs and bury them, instead of me going and get all the leaf and bury them, if what I do now, the weeds them, I start to watch different plants in the garden and see how they operate around different plants. Then I start to look at the combination. Then I start to go through down through the bushes and I start to observe how these things work. You see them vines? You see these? There's some vines. Yeah. Look over there. You're gonna see some vines run up from the ground, run up in them tree. Let me tell you something. You see those vines? Very invasive. Have you had ackee fruit? Would you recommend buying it? If can. Okay, let me see. Hey, Jamaica, how you doing? Okay. Okay. Have you had ackee? When you talking ackee? Ackee like the Jamaican this is good eats. The truth is good eats. I eat it, but I never think I eat it from the can. I know I eat it natural. Listen to me, I can't say not to eat it, but I personally, only if I have to. You see what I'm coming from? I will not say, oh, don't eat it, don't. Only if I have to. But I really prefer staying away from canned stuff. You see what I'm coming from? But only if I have to. But I can't recommend it for say yes, it's good. But I enjoy eating it, but I never eat it out the can. But if I have to, you check what I'm saying. If I have to, yes. If I have to. Yes, guys. So now this right here look like this is just some weed, right? Well, guys, I'm telling you, these, you able to get this breakdown into liquid fertilizer or liquid compost tea. I'm telling you guys. But anyhow, I'm gonna tell you about these vines down there. These are the vines, very invasive, and what they do, they will wrap around a tree and choke the tree, suck the life out of the tree. There was some big tree right there that was blocking the sun. If you notice right there was some big tree right there, right where you see them running up there. I don't know if you could see, but there was some massive tree right there, and they was just hovering the sun from down to the bottom of the garden. Those vines choke these trees out, dry them out. No, so what you see is just the dry body of the tree is there. Ain't no tree there. Just the dry body and the vines run up. You see the vines? If you could get that vines, turn it into compost tea, or even put it around you in a compost pile and allow it to dry. I can't remember the name of the vines, but it's very invasive. It will take over your whole yard. It will even run up on your house if you allow it to. So, but these plants suck a lot of nutrients. These plants, while they're growing, they suck a lot of nutrients from the soil. They also suck a lot of nutrients out of the tree, out of the plant. So this soil is rich. These vines is rich in nutrients. Don't you see how their body does just get thick? Sometimes the vines get so thick that you could swing on them. Well, guess what? Beautiful plant for compost. And you know what? Their leaf is easy to melt down. Their leaf is. Give me a minute, guys. Let me see. Let me find out. Let me bring it to you. Hey, Urban, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Give me a minute, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, guys, this is it. This is it right here. This is the plant that runs up. This is a plant that runs up into the trees. Now, these are the same limbs them that run in and just getting thick that you could swing on them. I just be swinging. I just have my fun going down there and just swinging on them. These are the vines them. Now, these, especially these young leaf, very easy to crumble. Very easy. So these will break down pretty fast in your compost. Pretty fast. Especially if you put them in water. So all the nutrients that these things was sucking, the water, you're gonna dry it out in the water. And now, no, you feeding your plants with this nutrient. These things suck a lot from the soil, and it also suck a lot from the trees. You need to see how they suck the life out of the plant. You need to see it. You understand? So this is a rich, this plant is very rich in nutrient. And I have proof of this. All right? This is full proof. I have full proof of this. A matter of fact, any plant you hear me talk about, I already did it already. I already see the production. But yes, all right, shout out to everyone up in the live. I appreciate you guys. I'm not really seeing because I'm more speaking more than, you know. But I appreciate, thanks everyone for coming up in here. Appreciate you all. I also want to make this announcement about the Plant a Herb Garden Challenge. The final update is the 25th of this month. Shout out to all the participants. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for your courage. Thank you all for the motivation that you show others. You show you didn't give up. You push. You do what you can. I truly appreciate each and every one. And on the 30th of this month, we're gonna have somebody gonna walk away with a prize. Somebody gonna walk away with the prize on the 30th of this month. We're gonna be doing this every year, guys. So even you don't hear me promote it, even you don't hear me talk about it, get your seed together once you're interested. I want people to do it because they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? This is for motivate you yourself. And what motivate you might motivate someone else. You see where I'm coming from? So I just want to say thank you guys. Even though this year I didn't promote it, but there's people who still was ready when I say, let's do it. So I appreciate you guys so much. And guys, let's keep on doing it. Let's continue doing it. Let it build you. Let it encourage you. Let it teach you, because you yourself learning from it and others learning from you. It's a blessing for everyone, because I'm learning myself. Because some of the herbs you guys growing, I'm not growing. But I'm learning different names. So now I can say, okay, I want to plant this plant next year. So it's a blessing. And I just want to thank you all. Appreciate you all. All right? I don't want to call name because I don't know if I might forget any name who participate. But I know Fifi Urban Homestead. I know Urban Garden Chronicles. Okay, Urban exactly. Urban pick a seed since December. Yeah, thank you for that, Fifi. You see, that's what I'm saying. I want you to do it because you want to do it. Not because I'm promoting and I'm telling. No, do it because you want to do it. So I truly appreciate you guys for that courage and being prepared. So remember, even though you don't hear it from me, remember we're going again next year. All right? Yes. Yes, guys. So this way of gardening, guys. Yes, this way of gardening, it's going to be challenging, and I also know not everyone have this type of stuff around them. So at the end of the day, you got to do what you have to do. But I'm just giving ideas of the little things, the little weeds you might have around your garden. Get a 5-gallon bucket. Choke them down inside it and cover it. From time to time, you open it and you give it a little spin. Cover it again. Just like that, you have to feed your plants. You know what was my compost I used this year? My favorite compost that I used this year. And I'm gonna show you guys some result from the tomato them and the eggplant them. I'm gonna show you guys some result. My favorite, because every year I have so much. I have so much. So I try them because I wanna see. So before I come out and telling you about something, I wanna see how it works for me first. The cabbage leaf. I hope more participants will join in. There's so many benefit from growing your own. Oh, exactly. I hope so myself. But just remember, guys, if you ain't heard from me, we going again next year. The 4th of March, first upload. All right? Okay. I'm going to show you guys, right, my favorite, what I use this year. This is why I was always mention. You could make compost tea. You could make, call it liquid for whatever you want to call it. But certain plants add certain benefit. There's one I create a few years ago, and that one make your pepper start producing fast, like I'm telling you, real fast. That one make your pepper produce real fast, and our video could prove that. This year I use the cabbage leaf. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you an idea of these, the proof of cabbage leaf. All I put on these plants this year was cabbage leaf, water, breakdown. You understand? That's all I add on these tomato this year. And this tomato is producing so well. It's just 3 plants here. I even got a nice, ripe, pretty one this morning. All right? Look over this side over here. Cabbage leaf, that's what I add to them this year. And these things grow so fast. Look the thing all up this so. Grow so fast and they just producing. You see what I'm saying? They're producing so well. And what I use, cabbage leaf. All right? Let me show you some eggplant. This pepper, I don't really use nothing around my peppers them. The most I might use is a little ashes. I might try a little ash around their root. But I don't really do too much with my peppers because I've realized pepper prefer organic matter. So this area here, I prepared this area here last November. Last November, I prepared this area here, and what I plant, I add leaf, dry leaf in this area. I have a video to prove that. Only dry leaf, and just a little ashes around them, and they're pretty good. Now, the eggplant them, these are eggplant I'm actually growing. And what I use around these eggplant, a matter of fact, these eggplant was really struggling because I plant them out so early and the weather was just attacking them. And I start giving them the cabbage water. The cabbage break down in water. And listen to me, these things just start producing, start flying. You understand? Look how big the plant them getting already. Cabbage leaf. This tomato over there again is cabbage leaf, guys. You check what I'm saying? Cabbage leaf. So do not underestimate cabbage leaf, guys. You have your cabbage leaf in your garden. You want to get rid of them. What you do, you grab them and you put them in a bucket or something. You add them in a bucket with some water. And just like that, you have natural food for your plants, guys. All right? But this type of information, you know it go already, guys. You know it go. But I'm using it and it's working well for me. This again, this is cabbage leaf. This is a marigold. This thing growing like trees. This is a marigold. I don't know what this white thing is. But if you notice, they're growing like trees. These marigold. There's a next one down there, like they're growing like trees, guys. This is a catnip. This is a catnip right here. They're growing like trees. So when I tell you about cabbage leaf, guys, it works for me. I don't know for any other person. I don't know for any other person garden. I know for my garden, cabbage leaf works. All right? Now, I'm going to show you something with my bell pepper then. We in June, okay? We in June. Usually, in June, I'm supposed to have massive bell pepper on my plant already. There's a compost I was talking about, a compost tea that I use, that within this time, I remember when I use it around 2 plants. I had 7 of them, and I use it around 2 plants. And these 2 plants produce a massive pepper before the others. You see what I'm saying? I didn't use it this year. I used just the leaf and the cabbage. Not cabbage, and the ashes. But now, we see the growing now. We see the picking height now. But we ain't able to harvest a pepper as yet. Usually at this time, I already have a big peppers. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes certain plant, the combination we add into compost tea, everything have its own purpose and its own reason. But now, what I'm saying here is there's natural combination out there you could put together and get your plant to grow faster, produce even faster. Natural plants put together and turn into compost tea. So it's a lot we can do, and it's a lot. If you see around here, you see amount of trees and plants. So I do my research for myself, guys. So you could do the same. Whether it's 2 little weed you have in your backyard, grab a 5-gallon bucket. Take a 5-gallon bucket, throw them down inside there with some water and just leave them right there. Feed your plants with them. That's exactly what you plant. Number one, let me tell you something. Sometimes, let me show you something, right? Sometimes, like for instance, the only reason now I will be taking weeds out of my garden, this is the only reason. The only reason is to keep them from taking over the plants, right? So I come in the garden and I just take them out like this. For now, right? Very soon, I would not take them out. I will leave them just to grow around the plant. You know why? Because you'll be surprised what some of these roots release into the soil. Some of these roots release a lot of nutrients in our soil. So sometimes, this is why if I take them out, what I do, I put them in a compost pile, or I put them in some water to turn compost tea. These things you watching here, and believe they just weed and they just need throwing away. This thing does great around our plants. And this is a fund. As far as I understand, this plant help clean your soil. These funds, they help clean your soil. So this is why I don't really move them. I just leave them and let them grow. I have them growing everywhere. So natural remedy, guys. Natural remedy is the thing, man. And it's out, it's right there in your garden. Sometimes it's right there in your container too. You might be growing in a container. It's right there. So my thing, guys, my thing is not to tell anyone what to grow and how to grow, but I also can encourage others. Let me see. I also can encourage others. Things I also could mention to others things that you can use and have a successful garden. But at the end of the day, you got to do what works for you. You got to use what you have, because I know not everyone have trees around them like that. But if you're doing a garden, whether it's on a small space or not, use whatever you have and make it work. Don't make no one have you going out there spending a bunch of money to do things that you don't even need to. Okay? Use what you have and you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised the great result you can get from using what you have. Now, if I was the type of person to listen to people, I want to be bringing all type of stuff up inside here. But I stick to I stay focused. And by me staying focused, I'm grateful today because now I've seen the soil change. I've seen how the plants reacting with the soil. I'm seeing all of that. So all I can do is encourage, but I cannot tell you guys what to do and what to grow. All right, so this here is this is a peach tree I have growing up here in a container. This is the next one in a container. These are peach trees just grew up in my garden. This is the next one right here. This is a different peach I'm growing here. These two here, this is one, this is the red peach. This one and this one. So I'm just allowing them to grow, and then I'm gonna find a space for them. All right? So yes, guys, I just wanna say, man, it was a blessing to be here this morning having this type of conversation about gardening. It's a blessing. I mean, a lot of people have the space, but sometimes it's the motivation. It's sometimes for someone to give them, that idea. Oh guys, do you guys know porkweed? This is a porkweed right here. And this is edible as well. But I say do not use it until you do your own research. I just like the looks of it. Usually I cut it dog, but I just like the looks of it. When it stand off, it looks so beautiful. And then it does have these berries just turn red. So it does look so beautiful. So I just have it growing here nice. And you know what? I threw some ashes around it the other day and look how it take off and spreads off. Okay. This is the vines I was now showing you guys. You see? This is the one that wraps around trees. This one. This is the same one I was now telling you about, good for compost. The same one. Okay. All right, guys. I'm getting a call, so want to thank you guys for coming out today. Appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day. All right. Peace, love, and blessing to all. See you guys on